good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good day. Hope you are all having an amazing day today. My name is Lex, and welcome back to some more Car Mechanic Simulator. You might notice things look a bit different than usual. This is a different garage. You also may notice that I don't have much money or experience. This is because this is my actual save game that I haven't touched in probably well over a year now. And that's because I've never really had the need to, because I've always had access to the sort of sandbox mode that I was given the chance to use way early on before it was available in the Total Modification DLC. But there has been a new DLC added that allows you to strip cars and then sell the parts. And this is good because it's only really worth using early on in the game. And one of the things that I've always felt is that this is such a huge sort of... You've got to spend so much time building cars, you know, working on cars, doing the jobs and stuff to make any sort of money, that to have a DLC that can help us just get that nice little cash injection to get a little bit more money is good by me. So that's why I want to test this out. So I've got these two cars here, just happened that I've joined and these have pretty much almost been finished and I've just finished them up before starting this video. We're going to see how much money these make. So that's going to give us $880 for that one. And then this one's going to give us, let's have a look here. This one's going to give us 652. And that's not much. So we can do something else. So using this new DLC, we can go to the car stripping, pay $1,000, take all the parts off the car, the random car that it gives us, hoping that it does actually equate to over $1,000 in parts, because sometimes it doesn't. And then we can make more money. So let's jump in and see what car we've been given to strip. Okay, here we are, and it turns out we've been given the cheapest car in the game. I have a feeling we're not going to make any money on this one, but let's see. But before we do, and we pull this all apart, there's going to be some comments and questions on the screen. If you would like your comments and questions featured, you can leave them in the comment section below. I'll pick some at random and feature them at the start of the next video. And don't forget, you can also follow me on Twitter at Figureight. Links for my Twitter are in the description below. So, also, I should announce that there's going to be a giveaway on this video. I have a code for this DLC for one of you lucky viewers to grab, and all you have to do to win is make sure that you can be messaged on YouTube. This is so important. If you do not have the ability to be messaged on YouTube, you cannot win. But if you would like to win, there will be a random word planted somewhere in this video. I want you to find that word in this video. Leave that in the comment section below. Make sure that you like and subscribe and all that sort of stuff. Don't have to, but it'd be nice if you did. And I'll pick a comment at random, making sure that I can message you privately on YouTube. And I will send you the code. And I'll give you guys about a week to enter. So that gives you guys enough time to catch up. Right, here we go. So let's just pull everything apart. As you can see in the top right, it says money earned minus 1,000 because it costs 1,000 to join. And we have 91 parts left to remove. So let's take that one off. And that's actually junk. You can see in the bottom right, that made us no money. So also you have to remember that most parts aren't worth anything. Oh, see, that one made us 38 bucks. So let's just go to the engine and just start taking stuff off. So top fan cover. I've actually never done a video on this car. This was one of the DLCs that I just never did a video on. And I've never actually had a look at this car close up. So this is quite interesting. We can also check this car out. There's a nice $12 right there. What have we got? This is probably going to be scrap. Also have to remember that because this is my original save game, I don't have any of the perks of the faster unscrewing. So this is going to be really slow and crappy. There we go, $34. How do we get rid of this bit? There we go, up there. Take all that off, the cold air pipe. We're slowly making money. We're now minus 899. So we've got to cash at least 1,000 just to get our money back. So I think that the earnings probably most of the time aren't going to be very big, but they are earnings. It's just nice to have that little gamble of $1,000 for the chance to make more. And all you have to really do is just unscrew parts, which I guess some of you might just find enjoyable. Just a nice little fun thing to do on the side. There we go. There's the oil tube. What a very curious engine this is. I don't even know where we start because I have no idea about this sort of like old air-cooled style engine. Here we go. Let's take this off. That should allow us to take the head off finally. There we go. It's also good early on in the game because it gives you the chance to check out cars that you might not be able to find, first of all, just because there's no jobs for it, or it's just a a later on in the game sort of vehicle. So this is pretty fun. There we go. Nice little cache made on all of these little valve push rod covers and oil tubes and all this weird sort of stuff. That's where the piston is. That is so weird. But look how easy it was to get to that part. These must be so easy to fix up in real life. I've got to admit, actually, I've always said that I'm not really that sort of like, well, I'm a car guy, but I'm not the sort of guy that likes working on cars. Do I have to go underneath for all of this? I think I have to, yeah, it's all underneath. But I love cars, but I'm not the sort of person that likes wrenching on them. But I have wondered if maybe I had something like an old Beetle or something like that, maybe the engine would be simple enough that even I could work on it. That's something that I've always pondered. Right, so we need to... Can't take off the crankshaft because we need to take off the everything else. So there's the gearbox, drive shaft. Let's take that off. This is so weird looking and so small, but so simple, really. There's the gearbox. We've got 68 parts left to go, and we've already almost got to that $1,000 mark, which is really good. That was definitely junk, though, so that's a shame. There we go, $11 on that, and that's going to get us 28 bucks. Not bad, 34 bucks. I'll tell you what, this is so slow. Now I can appreciate having all those extra perks. That's one of the other things about this. The early part of this game is so slow with this slow unbolting. So there's all that off. Then the crankshaft. And the engine block has to be taken up from the engine bay. Then we can take the hot air pipe off. We can take the, what have we got? The rear shock absorber. We have to take the spring off, but we can't. We need to take the ring buffer. What the hell is all this stuff? Hang on, let's just take it from this side first, because this is easy enough. Seems like some parts are already missing. Take that off. Take the rear rubber buffer. What an odd, peculiar thing. There we go. Brake shoe. Drum cylinder. Wheel hub. Rear knuckle disc thing we have to take off the rear suspension arm first. And this has taken us very close. Look at that, minus 28. So we're almost in the money. There we go, minus 5. There we go. We now have made 23 bucks. It's taken all this time, but we still have 51 parts left. And I really wish I could see what's going on here. What am I missing? What do I need to take out? I can't take that off until I take that off. Can't take that off until I take that off. Can't take that off until what? I can't see the top bit. This is... Okay, let's just take the wheel off. There we go. If you're making money from the wheels, the caps, the drum, then the brake shoe, cylinder, hub, everything else. No, I can't take that off until the suspension arm's off, which I can't take off until the support bracket's off. Yeah, most of the parts are missing on this, so it's even weirder because it's not matching on each side. Then we have to take the rubber bushing off. Oh my god, the way that unscrews. What the hell? I think that's a bug, surely. I don't think screws work that way. Then we can take the rear buffer off. And I still have no idea how this thing comes off at the top. Rubber ring. Ah, that's the bit at the top. Oh, right. It's really hard to reach that bit. I see. There we go. Oh, there's a drive axle joint around the back. See, this was all missing on the other side, so I didn't have to bother with all that. There we go. Take all that off. And we are slowly, but surely, making a bit of money. There we go. 278 bucks. We can take the engine out in a minute, but let's just take all this stuff out from the back as well. There's our cap. There's the drum brakes. Drum brakes all round. Goodness me. This really is a primitive old car. Taking all this stuff off. And that. What have we got around here? So we've got the outer tie rods. All that sort of stuff. We've got a front suspension arm. No springs, I notice. Just leaf springs. Well, leaf springs, do they even count as springs? I guess they're sprung in some way, but they're just not a coil. There we go. Flexible clamp for our leaf springs. Both sides of that, and that should mean that we could then take that out. There we go. See, we're already in free money territory right now. Inner tie rods out. Steering rack out. Front knuckle pin thing. Then the suspension arm. Front rubber buffer. All sorts. Why is the bolts on some of these really wonky? Is that just like a thing to do with this mod where it's just supposed to, well, this DLC rather, that's supposed to make things just look a bit junky and that they don't come off right? Otherwise, that's a really weird glitch. Let's take all this off. What have we got to take off? There's that on that side. Brake pump, just randomly plotted there. Also the battery. Let's just knock this thing down because I think everything else comes from the top. We've got 9 parts left now. Also remember that does include all the body panels as well. So there we go. There's the engine block. There's that removed. Then on the front, we can take the trunk off. We can take the front bumper. Headlight. Headlight. Where's that battery? There it is. It's down there. Take that out. 3 parts left. Door. Can't take the seats out. What's left? What is left? It looks like everything's gone. But, oh, no. Oh, of course, the wings. And there we go. No parts left. Completely stripped. And we have earned 1,771. So let's just go and return to garage. And then here is our car stripping report. So this tells us what we've taken off and the condition of everything. And we have the option to sell the parts for the price that it's given us, or we can keep them. Now, this is the interesting thing. If we keep the parts, right, what I can now do is go over here and try to repair them. And so by doing that, I mean, some of them are probably going to, oh dear, some of them might fail. In fact, this might actually lose us a lot of money doing this. Right, there's that lot. Let's see now what happens when we go to remove everything. You want to sell all the junk for 31 bucks. Oh, I guess that was just that bit. Okay. Let's just keep going and sell everything then. So this is also great because if you were trying to do up a car, you could keep doing this and have this huge collection of parts building up. And you can use that to rebuild cars that you've bought without having to sort of spend all that money buying parts. So that's another really good feature if you want to get really in-depth with this. But at the moment, I'm not selling all this for too much, but I think 6,000, you know, I can't remember what I had to start off with, but I think that might be a little bit more than that 1,700 that we had, but I'm sure you guys will, you know, work out that number based on what we had before. But I think we made a nice little bit of money there. All of that, this is a really, really cheap DLC as well. 79 cents, 79p rather. But it's not the sort of thing you need for endgame. The only people that would really have any benefit whatsoever are people who, like me, have this sort of early on game and you haven't got very far and you need to get money. It's just a great little extra thing just to make you a bit more money. And it's a bit of fun because you can pull stuff apart and keep the parts and use it for different things that you're building and all that sort of stuff. But really, if you're later on in the game, you don't need this DLC. But if you're early on, absolutely perfect. Guys, don't forget to leave a comment with that word that's somewhere in this video, and that will enter you into the competition. Make sure that you can be private messaged on YouTube so that if you do win, I can then go ahead and send you a message on YouTube with the code. But that is going to be it for this video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. This is only a short one, but it's a very small DLC. I just wanted to check it out and let you guys know what I thought about it. And just to sort of let you know, because maybe some of you may buy it because you think it's cool, but you're really later on in the game. And really, it's not really worth it, to be quite honest. But as I said, early on, pretty cool. Made money. That's a win for me. There we go, guys. That's it. Thank you so much for watching. And I shall see you all next time. Goodbye.